seemed fine. She was happy. She was in a good mood. I didn't think anything out of the ordinary had happened. But about a week later, my daughter Allison had went and spent the night with my parents and my sister. We went and picked Allison up from my parents. My sister told me Allison shared some things with her that had happened at the Stanson party that no girl or child should ever have to experience. I brought her home, sat her down, asked her to explain to us everything that took place, and it was very disturbing.
Allison claimed that what started as an innocent Halloween sleepover turned into a bizarre night of inappropriate behavior and abuse, with Troy Stanson as the perverted master of ceremonies.
At first, everything.
This guy also has tag lag.
We had dinner, made s'mores, and then that's when things started getting weird. Mr. Stanson offered some of us alcohol with our coat, and he made it off like he was our friend. He said, "Oh, don't tell your parents, I'll get in trouble." So then we all started drinking with him. We were already playing Truth or Dare, and Kayla asked him, "Hey Dad, why don't you come play Truth or Dare with us?"
Good green.
Some of the things that Mr. Stanson asked us to do was, he started off with little things, like licking his foot, and then things escalated. One of us got dared to flash the room, and one of us got dared to strip and grind on him, put a pretzel in your vagina in front of us and eat it.
Yes,
All of our
sir.
inhibitions were lowered,
Yes, sir.
and we thought it was just a game. And it wasn't until later on in the evening that we started to realize that what was happening wasn't okay.
After finding out the details of the party, Naomi immediately sprang into action.
We went and talked to one family. They talked to their daughter. Then we all got together and went to a third girl's house and talked to her mom and stepdad. My daughter told us what took place, and then the other girls told us the same thing. He needs to be stopped from doing this to anyone else.
On November
Like
9th,
what?
2014, 1 week after the Halloween party, Naomi Olson and
How do you
5
like
other
them?
angry parents converged on the Bridgman Police Department. Sergeant Thomas Levanway was on duty that night.
Shortly before the end of my shift, I was in the office here, and out front you could see a gathering of parents and about 4 or 5 young girls. It was very out of the ordinary for a group of people to be all involved in one incident like that. And realizing I had multiple victims, I separated everyone and had them write down statements on what they saw or heard.
How credible were those witness statements?
I thought they were 100% credible. All the statements matched.
How shocked were you to hear this had happened here in your community?
I was extremely shocked. Having daughters of my own, I couldn't imagine what happened.
Did you speak with Mr. Stanson yourself?
I did that day.
And what was that like?
Very nonchalant. He didn't totally deny anything. He would admit to doing one thing, but then downplay it, say it was a joke, or maybe he shouldn't have done that.
But Troy Stanson did not speak to the police alone.
Mr. Stanson's daughter, Kayla, was present for this as well. She seemed kind of reserved, didn't really speak much.
Sergeant Levanway had a hunch that Kayla knew more than
Man
she
went
was
under
telling,
me. Got him.
covering up for her father's actions.
Well, knowing what we know now,
Got
I
him.
should have separated them and
Got that
spoke
yellow.
with her more directly. Maybe she would have told me more then. At the time, I had no indication whatsoever that
Easy, no ankles.
something this serious was going on.
My ankles haven't broken yet. My ankles have.
Please call
You're gonna break mine.
Guaranteed you
Dumbasses.
can remain anonymous. Wednesdays.
Never
Appeal
break
stream
mine.
tonight
Yet,
on
dumbasses.
HGTV and streaming on Discovery Plus.
I can see you.
Shacking his own death. If you've seen Jacob, here's the next 15 seconds of shame. Jacob Scott has just been added to the U.S. Marshals top 15 most wanted list for allegedly raping and impregnating a minor before faking his own death. If you've seen Jacob Scott, please text or call us.
On November 1st, 2014, a Halloween sleepover party with a group of 15-year-old girls was turned into a night of twisted sexual abuse by William Troy Stanson. On November 25th, Stanson was charged with accosting a minor for immoral purposes. But police in the small Michigan town of Bridgman were left to wonder whether Stanson's actions were an isolated incident or just the tip of the iceberg. on my way to speak with Heather Gooding, that's Stanton's ex-wife, to find out more about him as a person and the events leading up to the night of the party with his daughter Kayla.
Heather, what can you tell me about your ex-husband?
I met him in May of 1995. I was 19 years old. He was about 8 or 9 years older than me. I knew him as Troy. He went by his middle name, and he was easy to be around, easy to talk to, seemingly a genuine, caring person.
Heather and Troy were married 1 year after they met. 2 years later, they had their first child, Kayla, and by 2006, they had 2 more kids. But money was tight. Troy's job as a home renovator just didn't bring in enough to support his family of 5.
See you later, Pete.
It really started taking a toll, on our marriage, and I really started wondering if we were going to be able to work through the issues or not.
The strain was too much. Their marriage couldn't survive. Heather filed for divorce in 2010. She and her now ex-husband agreed to share custody of their 3 children.
Damn it.
How did the kids handle
Look
it?
at that. I messed up my rope.
Kayla especially took it very hard. Probably about a year or so into it, she started acting out more towards me.
She thought you were
Alright, I'm not worried about my rope.
Yes, exactly, and I thought she just blamed me.
In order to make peace with her daughter, Heather allowed Kayla to live with her father full-time.
She just thought the world of him, and he seemed to just really enjoy having her around.
But that didn't turn out the way Kayla had hoped.
Kayla wasn't really allowed to spend a lot of time at friends' houses, and if it was something that he had set up in whatever way he could control the situation.
So, how did you find out what had happened at the Halloween party?
Troy called me at work, and he wanted to let me know what had happened in his own words. He told me that he absolutely did not do that. He was the victim. It's kind of how he sounded to me.
So did you believe him?
Yeah, I believed him. I didn't feel like he would ever do that.
Despite convincing his ex-wife he was innocent, Stanson suddenly reversed course. He turned himself
Get
into
green,
police and pled
monkey!
guilty to accosting a minor for immoral purposes. He then had to register as a sex offender. In the meantime,
Get green,
Kayla and her
monkey!
siblings were ordered to live with their mother, while Child Protective Services investigated Troy.
He's more like a monkey, dumbass.
Once the CPS case was finished, Troy was going to be able to resume the joint custody agreement that him and I had. And
This
so
game is
they
not
were
called
concerned
Gorilla
about
Tag. This
him.
game is called
They
Monkey
thought he was
Tag.
no longer a threat, but that wasn't the case.
That's correct. I was far from it.
She just gave
Ultimately,
you monkey
things
tag.
were a lot worse than anybody had any idea.
What the fucking messed up?
Over the course of the trial, and as time went on, I just started thinking, something isn't right here. I decided to ask Kayla about it, and I had asked her, has your father ever been inappropriate with you? She said, Mom, I gotta talk to you about Dad. And I knew.
Whoa,
Instantly,
chill.
I looked at her and I knew. And she says, Dad's been sexually abusing me since I was 6. This is his daughter. I was trying to figure out what to do next, and I had told her, I said, Kayla,
I'm gonna stroke it.
are you ready to tell your story? Because I'm not sitting on this. This stops now.
It's hard to believe that a man could sexually abuse his own daughter.
Oh my god,
Kayla
he's
says that's exactly what went on under her father's roof, after defending him for months. She's agreed to talk with me about her relationship with her father, and the years of abuse that she suffered.
What are some of your feelings towards your father?
I think
No,
probably the
no,
one
no.
that described it the best is bittersweet. Some days I'm really, really sad and depressed about it, and other days I'm really angry, but it's not like we can go back and change anything.
Take me back to your early childhood. When do you remember that the abuse began?
Yes! God, it's paternal ass.
Well, it started when I was 3 or 4.
And then...
Bye! Later.
Somewhere a little bit before preschool, but not by much. I remember like a comforter, a green and blue one, and I just remember being in the same room with him,
shit!
and he was talking about wanting to show me something, and it had to be a secret, and I was so excited, so I was like, yeah, secrets are great.
Kayla's parents divorced when she was 12 years old, and that's when her father's abuse accelerated.
I stayed with my father more. You know, he'd have me in his bed every single night. He would say, you know, oh, we're in love and you're kind of like in the mother
get
role
away
for the
from
kids
me!
because your mom left.
Dude,
and
get away!
you got to be able to take care of them and take
Get
care of
away!
the house. I cooked, I cleaned,
Damn it, I tried to
did
go
pretty much everything. It
Are you
was
calling me the
literally
idiot,
like husband and
dumbass?
wife.
No, that was your
The
fault
abuse
for not paying
continued,
attention.
and eventually, Kayla's story took an even darker turn.
You called me the
was
idiot. What
16
the fucking time
and
fucking dare you?
I had missed my period for a couple months, and my dad was like, "Hey, you're probably
Okay,
pregnant.
buddy, I hope you actually fucking
You went and
got
got
it.
pregnancy tests." and
Because it's
I
not my
took you,
fault
and
that you
lo
didn't
and behold,
fucking pay
positive.
attention, dumbass.
He drove me to an abortion clinic,
you're
and
no
they ended
fucking
up
dumbass.
performing a surgery, and I think that was probably the start of everything going
Pretty sure you fucked
downhill
me.
for him.
After learning the horrific truth about her ex-husband, Heather immediately called the Michigan State Police.
God, I took that green lemon.
This one.
I got involved in the case on July 16th, 2015. I discovered that it was a criminal sexual conduct case. I was really shocked
Yeah,
at
so
first, just
Anybody
hearing
can
the
do
kind
that.
of stuff that she
I'm not
was
saying
telling
I can
me
do it, but
that
a lot of
happened
people
between
do
her
it.
and her father for a course of so many years. It was unbelievable to think that, you know, a father could do that to his daughter.
And Trooper Boblet brought Stanson in for questioning.
He came in that night around 9, 10 o'clock. He was more than willing to speak with me.
And what was his demeanor like at that time?
The body language that he displayed was very anxious. Like he had something to say in a way, but he was almost afraid to do it. I think he felt that he was caught, and this was it. And he just didn't want to be in that room with me.
During the interrogation, Trooper Boblet recorded his conversation with Troy Stanson.
Show me what you did. I gave her what she wanted. And what was that? Are you asking me, has she asked me to have sex with her?
Salmon
Has
monkey.
she done that? Yes.
Hey, you know that's PB's color, right?
Yes,
Salmon monkey.
we're intimate together, and that's what you're asking me. I love her.
Okay.
And I didn't consider what we had was sex anymore.
But it's still
When you heard it,
salmon.
what did you think?
I thought that there's no way that something
So
like that could
what?
happen.
It's still salmon.
If you've seen William Troy Stanson, please call or text. I guarantee not.
Led Fire PD. Check your local listings.
Was Olay better than your king?
We repaired the chip before it could come.
You broke yourself's wrist.
Dirtbags behind bars where they
Ah!
I've dedicated everything to helping victims' families get justice.
It takes the tips from viewers of In Pursuit, dangerous fugitives have been captured.
Hey!
Help us put
I don't
more
want that
dirtbags
either.
behind bars where they belong.
No, look at that lava
From
monkey down
hurting
there.
someone you love.
Look at that
Everything
lava
to
monkey
helping
down there.
victims' families get justice.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Oh my lordy lord!
Plus so much more.
I'm John Walsh. I've dedicated everything to helping victims' families get justice.
It takes the tips from viewers
I
of
left
In Pursuit,
earlier.
dangerous fugitives have been captured.
Help us put more dirtbags behind bars where they belong.
Oh shit!
Stop them from hurting. We're just getting started.
In Pursuit.